Today in Denver, a hearing on the appeal to get Donald Trump off the 2024 primary ballot in Colorado.
It's one of several lawsuits across the country that have sought to keep him off the ballot based on the 14th Amendment. KRDO 13's Emily Coffey is live in our newsroom tonight to break down the case here and how similar cases have played out elsewhere. Emily.
Bart, Heather, the Colorado Supreme Court is trying to decide whether the 14th Amendment prevents Trump from being on the 2024 ballot due to his involvement in the January 6th insurrection. A lower court judge ruled last month that Trump incited an insurrection, but the judge also said that the 14th Amendment does not apply to presidents, and so he could appear on Colorado's ballot. The Colorado Supreme Court now interpreting the language of that 14th Amendment. While it does say that an officer of the United States is not allowed to hold that office after engaging in an insurrection, it doesn't specifically mention the office of the president. Scott Gessler, Trump's attorney, and the prosecution sharply disagreeing on that point.
It was very carefully drafted, and every indicator points towards excluding the presidency and the president.
It was wrong on the text because the broad words office and officer clearly include the office of the presidency.
The deliberation of former President Donald Trump's candidacy in the state of Colorado is slow and careful. The justices going back again to dissect the lower court's ruling on the intent of the president, even word splicing the former president's tweets and speech leading up to the events of that day.
And if you look at January 6th, his speech said, "Go peacefully and patriotically."
But the events of the January 6th insurrection staying in the minds of the people behind the numerous lawsuits nationwide trying to get Trump off of certain states' ballots.
If the entire nation chooses someone to be president, can that be an insurrection, or is that democratic choice?
Now, so far, all of the lawsuits trying to ban Trump from the ballot in the 2024 have fallen flat. And as of now, there's no telling when the Colorado Supreme Court will make their decision. This all means that Trump could be excluded from Colorado's ballot while staying on other states' ballots. Reporting live in the newsroom, Emily Coffey, KRDO 13.